As Buddha Purnima approaches, we turn to a deep, transformative insight, one that echoes across centuries and cultures. It begins with the enlightened one, Śākyamuni Buddha. The Buddha taught that all things are impermanent, interdependent and empty of any fixed self. This was the heart of his wisdom, Śūnyatā, or emptiness. Centuries later, in an entirely different tradition, French philosopher Jacques Derrida developed a concept called difference, a critique of fixed meaning that resonates in its own way with the Buddha's vision. In both Mahayana Buddhism and Derrida's deconstruction, the central target is essentialism, the idea that things have a permanent, independent identity. Śākyamuni Buddha taught that everything arises in dependence on conditions. Nothing exists by itself. This is Śūnyatā, emptiness, not as negation, but as radical interconnection. Later, the philosopher Nāgārjuna expanded on the Buddha's insight, showing through logic and language that emptiness applies not just to self, but to all phenomena, and even to ideas like emptiness itself. Derrida, from a very different background, offered a similar insight. He showed that words don't have fixed meanings, they gain meaning through contrast, through what they are not. But that meaning is always deferred. That's difference. Emptiness does not mean non-existence. The Buddha never taught nihilism. Rather, he taught us to see that all things are dependently originated, like waves with no separate identity from the ocean. For Derrida, as for the Buddha, reality is not made of solid, self-sufficient things, but of relationships, differences, and traces. There is no outside of the text. Jacques Derrida. When we realize that there are no fixed essences, no unchanging truths, something opens. In Mahayana Buddhism, this leads to compassion. The Bodhisattva vows to remain in the world of illusion to help all beings awaken to emptiness, not out of superiority but out of boundless love. Derrida too speaks of responsibility, of staying with uncertainty, of listening deeply, and acting without the security of dogma. It's a kind of secular compassion, born of humility. In a time of rigid identities and loud certainties, the Buddha's teaching of Śūnyatā and Derrida's critique of fixed meaning invite us to let go. They remind us everything is connected, nothing is absolute, and from that understanding a more gentle, more just way of being can arise. This Buddha Purnima may we bow in reverence to the enlightened one, Śākyamuni Buddha, who first saw clearly the emptiness at the heart of all things, and taught not despair, but liberation through wisdom and compassion. Thank you for watching. If this reflection opened something in you, share it, and subscribe for more journeys across the edges of thought. Buddha Purnima Reflections. Philosophy Beyond Borders. Subscribe for more wisdom across traditions.